If your love life has been a series of one-and-done flings or maybe long-term relationships that have fizzled out, leaving you confused and single once more, it might be tempting to think that you're just unlucky in love. But what if the real reason you are doomed to a future of failed relationships is because of a bad habit from your past? Chances are you keep attracting the same toxic partner over and over again because you unknowingly set your standards too low. When we get out of a relationship, it's natural to feel tired. Whether it was a messy breakup or a slow fade, getting back into the dating scene can seem daunting. So when someone shows interest in you, even if they're not quite the right fit, it can be tempting to jump at the chance of a new romance. You might convince yourself that it's okay that they don't share all your interests. After all, you don't want to come across as picky, or maybe you ignore red flags like flakiness because they're so charming in other areas. You tell yourself that you can overlook their flaws if they make you laugh. And before you know it, you've settled for someone who doesn't make you happy but keeps you distracted. This pattern of choosing partners based on how quickly they give you attention rather than assessing them for long-term compatibility can lead to an endless cycle of fleeting flings and unfulfilling relationships. When you're addicted to toxic love, you may feel a sense of excitement and intensity in your relationships that you do experience with other types of relationships. This is because the roller coaster of emotions associated with toxic love releases a surge of adrenaline and dopamine, creating a euphoric feeling that can be hard to resist. However, as time goes on, this cycle becomes more and more harmful. The constant ups and downs of your relationship can cause you physical and emotional distress, leading to anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues. As you continue to crave the next hit of toxic love, you may find yourself neglecting your friends and family, avoiding important responsibilities, and jeopardizing your own well-being. It can be challenging to break free from the grip of toxic love addiction, but seeking professional help and building a support system can provide the necessary tools and guidance to overcome this harmful pattern. Ever felt a strange sense of comfort in a painful situation? It might sound counterintuitive, but there's a psychological explanation behind why you might prefer toxic love. Familiarity breeds comfort. It's a concept we often apply to positive experiences, but it also holds true for negative ones. According to the mere exposure effect, repeated exposure to a stimulus increases our liking for it, even if the stimulus is negative. This means that if you had negative past experiences like childhood trauma or a history of toxic relationships, you may subconsciously start to associate pain with love. Imagine being raised in a household where you experience emotional neglect or verbal abuse. You might grow up thinking that this is what love is supposed to feel like. As a result, you may subconsciously seek out partners who treat you in the same way because it feels familiar to you. Similarly, if you've had multiple failed relationships with partners who exhibit similar toxic traits, you may start to believe that this is just how relationships work. This can make breaking the cycle of toxic relationships extremely difficult, because what you reused to experiencing is what you believe to be normal. Even if you do manage to find a healthy, loving relationship, you may not feel comfortable in it because it feels unfamiliar to you. To overcome this challenge, it's as crucial to recognize and address any negative past experiences that may have shaped your perception of love and relationships. By doing so, you can break the cycle of familiar pain and create a better future for yourself. Have you ever found yourself holding on to a relationship despite its ups and downs? When it comes to toxic relationships, intermittent reinforcement can play a significant role in keeping you trapped. This is a psychological phenomenon in which rewards are given inconsistently, keeping the person coming back for more. Imagine being in a relationship where your partner is loving and attentive one moment, but then dismissive and critical the next. This inconsistency can create a sense of uncertainty and unpredictability, keeping you on edge and constantly trying to win back their affection. The problem with intermittent reinforcement is that it creates a cycle of hope and despair. When your partner is being affectionate and attentive, you feel validated and hopeful for the future of the relationship. But when they turn cold and distant, you're left feeling confused and heartbroken. This roller coaster of emotions can make it difficult to break free from the cycle of toxicity, because you always hoping that your partner will return to the loving person you first fell in love with. Another aspect of intermittent reinforcement is the uncertainty it creates. You never know what to expect, which keeps you in a constant state of anticipation. This uncertainty can be extremely stressful, but your partner's unpredictable behavior can also be exciting and make you feel like you're reliving an emotional roller coaster. This combination of stress and excitement makes it difficult to leave because you're torn between wanting to escape the toxicity and hoping for a positive change. However, it's essential to remember that intermittent reinforcement is a common tactic used by toxic partners to maintain control and keep you chasing their affection. By understanding this, you can become more aware of the red flags in your relationship and take steps to break free from the cycle of toxicity. Chapter 5. Breaking the Pattern. Breaking the cycle of attracting toxic partners is possible, but it requires self-awareness, courage, and a willingness to change. Here are some ways to make it happen. Take responsibility for your actions. The first step to breaking any cycle is taking responsibility for your actions. Instead of blaming others for your unhappiness or blaming yourself for your past mistakes, focus on what you can control moving forward. Acknowledge any negative behaviors or thought patterns that may be contributing to your attraction to toxic partners and be willing to change them. Set healthy boundaries. Setting boundaries is crucial to breaking the cycle of attracting toxic partners. Identify the behaviors and actions that are unacceptable to you and communicate them clearly to your potential partners. By setting healthy boundaries, you'll be able to weed out toxic individuals early on and create space for healthier relationships. Focus on self-love. When you have a strong sense of self-love and acceptance, you're less likely to seek validation from others, which can be a common trap for those who attract toxic partners. Take time to appreciate your strengths and accomplishments and work on accepting your flaws and weaknesses. Be patient. Breaking the cycle of attracting toxic partners takes time and patience. Don't get discouraged if you slip up or make mistakes along the way. Just keep working on yourself and improving your mindset, and eventually you'll find that you're attracting better partners. There is hope for those looking to break the cycle of attracting toxic partners. By taking responsibility for your actions, setting healthy boundaries, focusing on self-love, and being patient, you can create a positive change in your dating life. Remember that you deserve love and respect from your partner, and that finding the right person takes time. Don't settle for less than you deserve.